Hello everybody. In this video, I would like to show you how to map SharePoint sites to potentially all users that have devices onboarded to Microsoft Intune. That's very useful when you have a SharePoint site that's, for instance, global for the whole organization, or at least global for the teams or projects, and you want to have this site automatically mapped to the users of the team or the project or the whole organization, so that users don't have to map the SharePoint site manually. It's quite easy to configure automatic SharePoint site mapping via Microsoft Intune. There is just one small caveat or hiccup or a little complication that administrators are sometimes not aware of, and then they are wondering, why is it not working? Why is the SharePoint site not getting mapped automatically? And I will especially focus on this small thing that you need to be aware of. So if you want to map a SharePoint site via Microsoft Intune to your users, go to the Microsoft Intune Admin Center, open Devices, go to Windows, Configuration, and create a new policy here. The platform will be obviously Windows 10 and later, and the profile type will be Settings Catalog. We give it some name, so it will be, for instance, Map Contoso Team Site. Contoso, typo in the name. Next, I will add settings here, and if you scroll down to O, you will see OneDrive. So expand OneDrive, and here you see configure team site libraries to sync automatically, or configure team site libraries to sync automatically for users. So I'll go with this user option here. I enable it. And now we need to configure the name and value for the libraries that we want to automatically map. And here is the small thing that I mentioned earlier. If you hover this informational bubble, you see more details and recommendations on how to configure it. But the important part is this link to the documentation. So let's open this link to the documentation to see what it says. This is specifically on how to configure team site libraries to sync automatically. The important part is this paragraph. This paragraph defines how the value name should look like. So you see the value name should be in this format. The problem is how to get this, and then another problem is that it actually needs to be decoded. Because the way how you can get it is pretty simple, and it's also documented here. So for instance, I have here this Contoso team SharePoint site. So I go to Documents, click this sync button. I can close this, and here we see the copy library ID. When I click it, it copies the library ID to my clipboard. But here's the problem. If I paste it here to the value, it's not in the right format. I mean, in general, it's the right format, but it's not in ASCII encoding, it's in Unicode. And here's the problem. If I go back to the documentation, here's the important information. It needs to be converted to ASCII according to this table. Because when you copied the ID from the SharePoint site, it's in Unicode, which is not supported by Microsoft Intune. So we need to convert it. You either can convert it manually via this conversion table, or you can use this PowerShell command that will convert it automatically for you, which is the way I'm going to take. So I copy this PowerShell command, I paste it to my PowerShell, I just replace this copied string with the real ID that I copy again. So you see the whole ID is not in the right format, it's in Unicode, but we need it in ASCII. So I just click enter, and the PowerShell gives me the right format here. So I just copy it. You can see here we have the right formatting in ASCII, which is different than the original one that we copied from SharePoint. And this is the biggest problem that I usually see. Administrators ask me, why is it not working? Why is it not mapping my drives or SharePoint sites? And the reason typically is that they just copied the ID from the SharePoint website, pasted it to the Intune configuration profile, and it doesn't work because it's not in the expected or supported format. It needs to be converted, and that's what administrators usually are not aware of and hence don't do. So I just copied the converted format, and I can remove this one and replace it with the right format. So you can see it's different because here we see the dashes and all the characters that we need to see. We just need to give it some name. The name will be what users will see on their computer. So it will be, in my example, the Contoso team site, for example. And that's it. You can add multiple libraries here, but for this example, one is good enough. I go next, next. And on assignments, I assign it to all users in my example, but obviously you can assign it to only selected groups, for instance. Next, and create. When I click refresh, the map Contoso team site policy is here configured, and my users will get this configured automatically on their devices. So as you can see, it's very simple, very straightforward. There is just one little thing, which is the conversion to ASCII format instead of Unicode, which typically causes all issues with automatic SharePoint site mapping. That's all from my side for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow my Cybersecurity World blog. You can also follow my profiles on social networks such as LinkedIn, Twitter, Mastodon, or Blue Sky, where you can find me by my name, Lukas Baran. And that's really all from my side for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.